All right, guys, how you doing today? Here's what's on the bench today. So in for a restring, it's a Gibson Artisan, and from I'm going to say this is from 1978. I'm looking at the first and the fifth number on the serial number. I don't want to show you guys the serial number, but the first and the fifth number is a 7 and an 8. Maple neck. So this is just a restring video. Let's try to get in here. I'm trying to hold my camera nice and steady for you guys so you can see what's going on. So we've got 3 pickups, and there's a DiMarzio super distortion in the first position. We've got our 3-way switch with the poker chip on here, and he's wrapped his strings around the tailpiece. And I've noticed that on the bridge right here, he's got all the saddles back as far as they will go. So it's definitely going to need intonated.
We need intonation.
And so I plugged this guitar in and I've tested on it a little bit. And we're down in the treble position. And that's working. And this is off. And this is off. So down in the treble, you have just this DiMarzio super distortion. Middle position, you've got that DiMarzio. You've got the center pickup. And in the top position, or the neck position, you've got the neck pickup. Okay, so the center position is giving you these 2 pickups. This video is brought to you by Swiss Picks. It's not just a pick, it's a science. Available at ZIMM'S Guitars or at www.swisspicks.com. Okay guys, so here's all I'm going to do to these frets. Now they're really tiny, short, not so much narrow, but there's not much fret on these. These are definitely not jumbo frets or medium jumbo frets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pickguard, really nice pearl inlays, kind of banjo style inlays. But I've got 1500 grit sandpaper folded over, and I'm just going to very lightly get that top layer of dirt off of there just to shine them up a little. It's definitely not going to take any of the actual metal off of these frets, just to try to clean it a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to shine it up real nice.
This is an old, valuable guitar, and so I'm just trying to get it off, and you can see where I didn't hit, how they're kind of turning green. Just trying to get a little tiny bit of the nice color back to the nice chrome, the nice clean. Because this guitar is in to be restrung, and it's going to get put back in its case, and it's not going to get played a lot. So this is just sort of a little bit of maintenance that is being done to this one. It's got the nice binding on it. It has the fret nibs coming up on each fret. So I'm staying away from that. And I'm not going to get too aggressive here. What I'm trying to say is I'm not going to fuck this one up. Just cleaning it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to change to my smaller fret guard. Just kind of hit these, because these old guitars, when somebody goes to buy this thing, they're going to look this thing over with a fine-tooth comb to look for anything wrong with it.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Guitars from the 70s are hard to come by nowadays. Alright, that's it for the fingerboard. But we will do a little Music Nomad F1 oil on here. Not too much. And I have a I've got a napkin down here. Gonna spread this stuff on. Condition the board, hydrate it. Might possibly help to keep it from cracking. The fingerboard looks really beautiful, and at the age of this guitar, it seems very unlikely that you'll develop a crack on it. It's usually the new guitars that haven't been dried out very well. Those are usually the ones where they start to crack. Something of this age, I think it's pretty safe that we're not going to get fretboard cracks. I just want it to be nice and clean and looking good. And that's it for the neck. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, so to clean the body up, I'm just going to use some of this Gibson World's Finest Pump Polish. Okay, and it says to spray it on a rag. I'm actually going to spray it on a rag. A lot of times I just go straight to the guitar. But again, on a guitar like this, I'm being super careful with it. Don't want to do anything crazy here. It does got some really nice binding all around the back. It does got some scratches down here. It's missing its pick guard. So there's no pick guard installed on this. Lots of nice aged binding. Okay. That's all she's going to get from me as far as cleaning. It's all it needs. Let's get some strings. Put some strings on. Today's string choice. Okay, guys. Here's what's going on the guitar. Super Slinky 9s. I know that's a questionable string choice. Oh, hold on. My bad. My customer, Restring a pack of 10 gauge. What am I doing? Pack of 10s. That's better. Regular Slinky 10s. You don't put 9s on a Les Paul. Some people do. Not very often, though. Alright, so let's run our low E string through here. And then let's just set this back in place. Our A string is a 36 gauge. And we're going to put this thing in standard tuning. Our D string is a 26 gauge. Flexi cables. I have these available in the store. Ernie Ball flex cables in all these nice colors. I do have some of these. They're available here. So I'm not top wrapping these strings, even though the last ones were top wrapped. I'm just going to put them in here. Because again, I think this guitar just probably kind of goes in storage. But I could be wrong about that. He could play it every day. Let's see what happens. Our B string is a 13 gauge. And then my high E string is a 10 gauge. Yeah, it's got a super distortion in the bridge position, which a lot of guys did in the 70s. Everybody wasn't so keen on the Gibson pickups. You know, new things were coming out. Okay, we're going to tune this thing up. All right. high E looks intonated now. Try the low E. Now, and a lot of guys say, hey man, best way to check intonation is to throw it up on you. Have it in the playing position. So let's try that here. Hit the harmonic, try the tune, there it is. It looks close, it's kind of fretting out right there. I'm not going to do a major setup. This is a basic restring, but I could raise that saddle a little bit, or raise the bridge right there a little bit. I'm going to raise the saddle, and I'm going to raise the bridge. Okay, now let's just look at it. The neck has a little twist in it, and a lot of guitars do that, but it kind of dips down towards the high E string, so it kind of is setting it this direction. A lot of guitars do that. It's not that big of a deal. And the neck kind of, almost like acoustic guitars, it's flat right here and then it kind of dips down. I'm exaggerating, but it dips down here and then comes back to flat. Alright, let's tune it up again. Because now it's all sharp because I raised the bridge. There's no like real quick way of doing this. The best thing to do is spend time with the guitar and work it all out. Wow, nice low action.
It was good. It was nice action.
Pickup heights all look good. You know, here's one thing that I am going to do. Okay, let's loosen up the D string and loosen the G. The old G string. Okay, now I've got a little tube of some Every String Change Music Nomad Tune It. Okay, and so what you do is we put a little dab of this, and it's probably just some sort of like a petroleum jelly or something. Put a little dab of on the nut. Oh, that's more than a little jab.
You screwed it up!
Okay. Put a little dab. Man, that's way too much. Okay. That's what happens. It came out everywhere. Let's get that out of there. Get rid of that. Clean it up off of there. But a little dab of this in here, in the nut. And this will help your string to travel through the nut, because these Gibsons, like you guys know, they're notorious for the strings and the G string to always be out of tune. So I'm going to hold this kind of up a little bit and tune it up a little bit and then drop it down into all that. And that's what they call a nut lube. And that will help the string to travel through that nut. We'll get some of the excess off of there. But yeah, There you guys go. Music Nomad products. There it is. It's called Tune It. Helps it stay in tune. You can put that stuff everywhere. Nice old Gibson. And one thing in today's guitar market, sometimes you can still find the old guitars from the 1970s. You definitely cannot afford anything anymore or find anything from the 60s. The 50s are long, long gone. Joe Bonamassa has all that. Just kidding, Joe. But the stuff from the 1970s, it's still out there. And once in a while, if you're lucky, you can get your hands on one that's not too expensive. We're talking like the price of a nice used car, right? There it is, guys. Thank you for watching. Putting new strings on a 1978 Gibson Artisan. You guys all have a great day. Thanks again for watching.